I've got you down like this so that so many people ask to see the animals all the time. So there is Stan next to the fire. Hang on, that's the dog coat. Next to the fire. And he's not giving up. He's not sharing. He's owned it. And rightly so. 22 tabby cat. Do it, mate. Have it. It's yours. Yes. I love you. He's so clever. He is so clever. To get to 22 as a tabby cat is no mean feat. It's happened. I am literally held together with Lemsip, oranges, and a lot of delirium. It hit last night about 2 o'clock, or this morning at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Every muscle ached. But you know what I did? I was in bed with all of the blankets, throws and duvets that we normally have on. And then I added to it the Aldi heated blanket that we got in lockdown and my dressing gown to make me really hot so I would sweat it out. And oh my God, did I sweat it out. But actually, I think it was the best thing I could have done. So now I've just got that slightly dribbly nose, which is unattractive at best. But you know, at least it's coming out, it's not staying in. Aside of that, please like, subscribe and share. We are going to make 50,000 for Christmas. It's happening. And on the Christmas note, so many have said, will I do a Christmas message? As long as we all know that, yes, of course I will talk to you at Christmas. Why would I not? And I'm so flattered that people say, will you do a Christmas message? I mean, it might be me, I said this before, in a sort of like sherry haze under the bottom of the tree or head in the Arga going, why won't this bloody thing cook, which was what happened last year. I put the turkey in, I thought I'd put it in for a lot of time and it steams effectively. When you do it in an Arga, everything steams. So that was a complete unmitigated disaster and I don't think, we were supposed to eat at sort of like 1 o'clock-ish. I think it was more like 4. But, you know, what else are you going to do on Christmas Day? Hey, what else are you going to do? I'm rambling to the point where I'm here to talk about this council tax hike that Rach is planning on imposing. Now, it's really interesting, isn't it? Because there's outrage when she says, well, I never said I was going to do that. And then she U-turns, but she doesn't U-turn because she didn't say she was going to do it. So there's outrage, but then there's leaks from Number 10. So it's like, well, pick a lane, Rach. Which one would you like? Do you want to sort of test it on us all and then say, well, it's not my fault that you all got in a flap. I didn't say I was going to do it anyway. Or do you want to let the markets go into free fall just before the budget because you've sort of like thrown a few little bits out here and there just to see whether you think it'll work politically and on a popularity contest thing? Or do you just want to not do anything and just tell us all on the 26th? I mean, we all know it's going to be horrendous. We all know it's going to be absolutely diabolical. But this flip-flopping from one to the other and this orchestrated leaking and dropping little nuggets in. And then they have the audacity to say this is all media-driven. And I'm like, wow, what does it look like on the planet that you live on? It must be very different from the planet that we live on. And, you know, we're drip feeding all these little things that we might do, might not do. Now, I'm struggling to find anyone that's going to be okay with any of it because what I'm not hearing is a cut to spending. So it doesn't really matter what she says from here on in because it's never going to be enough. Our debt repayments are so high that it's never going to be enough, no matter whether you put tax on the air that we breathe or not. We can't cover the debt repayments, so we're royally screwed anyway. So if we stop spending, we might have a hope. I mean, we're supposed to stop spending, well, we're not supposed to stop spending, but we have to stop spending because we have nothing left to spend. She didn't think that through, did she? But the government, they're still spending what we don't have to spend in our enforced taxes, and they're spending it on whatever they want. And, don't get me wrong, I'm all for a public service and I'm all for an NHS. But I'd really like it if it was run properly. With my council tax, I mean, are you having a laugh? So the council tax bands are going to move, which when you look at certain areas of the country, and in particular London, this is going to hit London massively, because what might be in one of the upper council tax bands in, say, Yorkshire, will be a bed sit in London. But they are going to have to pay the new inflated rate of council tax, which will be hundreds of pounds a year more. What are they going to get? Anyone? What are they going to get for that? I mean, we all focus on bin collection a lot. We seem to be, as a country, obsessed with bin collection. Rightly so, we need our bins collected, but we don't look much further than the bin collection. I mean, what about libraries? Are we going to get any more libraries? Are we going to get any more police on the streets? Are we going to fund the fire services? I mean, what are we going to get for this money? Where's it going? Because we're raising taxes. We don't hypothecate our taxes. So we don't say, well, we're raising this tax to put it specifically in this area. We just put it in the big debt repayment pile. And we have the big debt repayment pile because Rachel Reeves has raised our debt. I mean, has anyone remembered where the black hole went? Because we had this horrible black hole that we inherited from the Tories. And then it sort of disappeared, didn't it? Then it was replaced by another black hole that Rachel had made. But then she whipped out of the hat like a rabbit out the magician's hat enough money for digital ID. That doesn't make sense, does it? So we've got money to send for birth control in Pakistan, but we don't have enough money to empty our own bins. I give you Birmingham. But apparently we're putting up our council tax so that we can give some more money to some overseas people or, net stupid fucking zero. So that's the latest plan. Oh, there's somebody at the door. Boom, boom. There isn't anybody at the door. It's the Ring doorbell and it goes off. Well, who knows why it's gone off, but there will be nobody at the door. That much I can guarantee you. So we're sort of throwing out these little truth bombs that aren't truth bombs because we're testing it on us. Would you stop all of the time so that we can claim that we're listening to the public, but we're not actually telling the public what we're doing because we deny that we said we were going to do that anyway. So it's like being at a kid's party, isn't it? He said, she said, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. I mean, really? And what's happened is now none of us believe a word she's got to say. I mean, Kemi Badenoch wrote something very good on her social tweets. She said that she feels like Rachel Reeves is being guided by Mystic Meg and a crystal ball and her horoscope. And it sort of feels like, yeah. In fact, it doesn't sort of feel. It does feel like that, Kemi. Well done. You were on the money there. And we spend such a long time talking about people that haven't got anything and that the people that have got something need to give it to the people that haven't got anything without realising that the people that have got something haven't got anything anymore because they've given it to the government and the government are giving it to any other fucker but us. Excuse the language. It's the Lemsip. So £7.60 for 5 Lemsips. Now, that's not okay, isn't it? And before anyone says to me, just get some lemons, some honey, take 2 paracetamol and chuck a bit of brandy in it, you're absolutely right. But I was unable to do that this morning at the crack of sparrows when I had to get up and do life. So moving forwards, that's exactly what will be happening. But in the interim, I took a cup of hot water in the car with me, bought some Lemsips from the service station, chucked one in, downed it like it was a shot, and then thought, perhaps I'll do it again. But you're not allowed to, are you? So I didn't. But yeah, £7.60 for 5 Lemsips. I mean, we can't even afford to be ill anymore. We can't even afford to make ourselves better from the cold. So here endeth this little ditty. I don't mean to be bleak, and I'm almost at that delirium bit with it, actually, if I'm totally honest. I don't know if you're on my Instagram. Go and hop over to that if you are. Anna Boulter TV on Instagram. That's where the photos go of what's going on in the world. And you'll see that yesterday, despite all the bleakness and all the crap that the government threw out, I made the Christmas cake. It's quite a good one this year. So I alternate between Delia Smith and Mary Berry. This year is a Delia Smith. And it always looks a little bit burnt on the top, even though I do put baking paper on top. But it always looks a little bit, mainly because I don't actually follow the recipe so much. I just follow the recipe for what the ingredients are, not particularly how many of the ingredients should be in there, because otherwise you could spend all day worrying about a grape or a raisin here and a currant there, couldn't you? Just chuck it in, it'll be fine. But this year I did go a bit heavy-handed on the treacle, because I love the tin. Is it Lyle's treacle and golden syrup? It never changes, does it? It never, ever changes. I thought if I put a heavy pour in, then I can have the tin to use for something else. But it turns out that really would have been a treacly cake. So I might just actually make another Christmas cake so that I can finish the treacle so that I can have the tin. It's a nostalgia thing. It's just, they're gorgeous. They're absolutely glorious. I love them. But anyway, the net result of that was I've made a slightly treacly Christmas cake, but it'll be fine. Covered in marzipan, apricot jam, bit of icing. The kids ice it every year. We've gone from it looking like somebody vomited Christmas on it to they now sort of colour code it, and they do it quite a good job. I'll see if I can find some pictures of the Christmas cakes of years gone by to put on Instagram. But who cares if it's a bit treacly? By the time you start eating it, it's the least of your worries, isn't it? So yay to the Christmas cake. If I'd made a big enough one, I'd have sent everybody a bit, but I don't think we can manage that this year. And to be honest with you, don't think you'd want it either. But it was a nice thing to do, and it was something that they can't take away from us. And I'm all for that. I'm boo sucks, you stupid government. I'm going to start doing things that you can't touch, which is becoming less and less and less. But we'll give it a go.